Another seasonal preview from me, Riyoga. The other one, the last one went decently well. Well, actually, it was long as hell, but people told me it was helpful. So, by all means, I'll do another one. And I'll do them for every season. If, that's how it's going to work. Even if one person, it's helpful to just one person. That's all I need. But anyways, enough, just wasting time. Time to get started. The first show up is Kingdom 2, which is a sequel to a show I did not watch, meaning I'm not going to watch it. If you watched the first one and you enjoyed it, there you go, you have a sequel. The next one is yet another sequel, recorded during Saruomi Star, or Kira, if you're a weeboo. Again, sequel I didn't watch. If you enjoyed the first one, or second one, isn't this like the third season, or whatever the hell of whatever they're doing? I don't even know. But if you enjoyed those, there you go, there's another one. Next up is Inu to Hasami wa Tsukaiyou, which on English translation charts is just like dog and scissors, which is the most awful translation ever. Anyways, the synopsis is: the absurd mystery comedy centers around Kazuhiro Harumi, a high school boy who is obsessed with reading books. One day he is killed in the middle of a robbery and resurrected as a dachshund dog. Unable to read in his new form, the hapless Kazuhiro now belongs to Kirihime Natsuno, a sadistic novelist who uses scissors on Kazuhiro to abuse him. Obviously, it seems like it's a comedy. I would hope it's a comedy, based on that synopsis. And, like with most comedies, I'll give it a shot. I mean, it seems like a more... The problem is, it's not necessarily black humor, based on that synopsis. It's more just kind of sadistic humor. So I hope it's not a bunch of, oh, I'm gonna get you with these scissors, and then the dog makes retarded anime faces, like in the preview image. but if it's not that, if it's actual genuine comedy, then it should be cool. It'll be interesting to see what kind of jokes it has. There's always at least one good comedy a season. At least that's how it's been so far. Anyways, next show is Brothers Conflict. The story centers around a girl who suddenly gets 11 brothers from 32 years old down to 11 years old when her father remarries. She joins the Asahina family under one roof at the Sunrise Residence Complex. This is based off a novel, which is surprising because it sounds like the exact synopsis of an Otome game description. It could just be a novel adaptation of one, I guess. Or I guess it could be a visual novel and it just says novel in the little thing. Anyways, these kind of silly Otome stories, I usually watch at least one each season because I have to have something bad to watch and make fun of it. And it could end up surprising me. Utapri was my one. Utapri was the one I had for however many seasons ago the first season aired, and it ended up being like the best goddamn show that season. So I watch them to make fun of them, and then sometimes they end up being self-aware and hilarious and, really, really fun to watch. So you never know. But anyways, I'll be watching it, if anything, to laugh at it. Unless it ends up being good, then I'll laugh with it. Anyways, next one is Senyu Season 2, a sequel to another show I never watched. So, again, watch the first one, you enjoyed it, huzzah, second season. It's like magic. Anyways, next show is Gifu Dodo Kanetsugi Takiji. God, these titles are so obnoxious to pronounce. The Sengoku era gave birth to many historical legends. One of them is Naoi Noi Kanetsugu, the brilliant military general of the Uesugi family, together with Maida Keiji, a legendary warrior on the battlefield who became lifelong friends with each other. They carve out a piece of history in the most dangerous and volatile time in Japan's history. The two men recall their beginnings and the journey they took to get to the accomplished position they now sit at. This is another one of those Sengoku era shows which Japan enjoys making way too goddamn much, apparently. Because there's so many of them every season. And I usually just kind of not watch them as a habit, just kind of, I just can't do it. I don't know what it is about the time era, but I just can't watch it. But yeah, anyways, on to the next show, Tamayura More Aggressive, which is a sequel to Guess It, a show I didn't watch. So again, if you watched the first season and you liked it, there you go, another one. And it has an amusing title and more aggressive. Let me know if it actually is more aggressive. That'd be amusing. Anyways, next one is a show that everyone knows about. Free! From Kyoto Animation. The story revolves around Haruko Nanase, a boy who has always loved to be immersed in water and to swim in it. After participating in a swimming tournament along with his swimming club members Makoto Tachibana, Nagisa Hazuki, and Rin Matsuoka, each of the boys went their separate ways. Time passed, and in the middle of their uneventful high school lives, Rin appears and challenges Haruka to a match, showing Haruka his overwhelming power. Not wanting it to end like this, Haruka gathers together Makoto and Nagisa once again, and also brings a new member named Rei Ryugazaki to create the Iwatobi High School Swimming Club. Haruka, Makoto, Nagisa, Rei, and Rin come together for a story of swimming, youth, and friendship. If it actually is a story of swimming, youth, and friendship, then this could actually be pretty good. My one problem I've always had with Kyonen shows is that they try and sell their shows on Moe, and Moe alone. While there's nothing wrong with using Moe itself in your shows, it's just a thing, it's literally just a description for a character personality, you can't sell your show entirely based on it. So, seeing as they're male characters this time, I mean, they could still make it Moe. I mean, male characters aren't exempt from it. Just saying. But it's finally a chance for them to sell something based on something other than Moe. But it could end up being just as shallow as any other Moe show, so who knows. If anything, it's the one to, you know, give it a chance and see how it goes. I'm not gonna cast it off away right away. I want to see what it does. I gotta give it a chance, see what it does, you know? It could end up being the best show this season, who knows? You never know. God, there's so much drama around Free, it's just funny. But anyways, next show. Takurei Sochi Dantai Stella Jogakuin Koto Kasi 3Bu. You know, I wish they would just translate these titles, because that's just a big string of letters that mean nothing to me. Anyways, the story centers around high school girls who look super good in miniskirts, playing survival games with airsoft and BB guns. Now see, that parentheses stuff, which is like, who looks super good in miniskirts, is like, whoa, what are you doing? But then the next part is, they play survival games with airsoft and BB guns. I don't know. I might give it a chance. I think I noticed this show before in a preview, or someone mentioned it that was gonna air, and I didn't really care too much, but I don't know. Maybe I should give it a shot. Yeah, I may as well give it a go and give it 3 episodes to prove itself. As usual, if it doesn't, I can just drop it. I don't have a problem with dropping shows once I start them, so hey. I didn't even read the rest of the synopsis, did I? It's just stuff about being in school and stupid crap, apparently. I don't know. This entire second part is just kind of ridiculous, except for the Survival Games Club part. But anyways, I'll give it a shot and see what it's like. It could be stupid. In fact, my intuition is telling me it's going to be stupid, but my intuition can be wrong. It's been wrong before, like with Udapri. Anyways, next show. A long title I'm not even going to pronounce. The story follows a group of high school students, each with different exceptional talent, who are locked inside a school and told that the only way to escape is to kill another student without getting caught. After a murder, the remaining students must hold a trial with their lives on the line to find out who the killer is. Thriller mystery stories. These are ones that I like. I've always kind of been biased towards thriller stories. I like things that keep me on my toes, keep my adrenaline going. The key to a good thriller is to be unpredictable. But not too unpredictable so that random shit happens and doesn't make sense. But unpredictable and just that it logically makes sense what would follow, you just don't expect it. Which is kind of hard to do. You have to have a very specific tone for your show in order to do that. Which is what you get with a thriller. like that's how you become a thriller. You have that specific tone. But you can be a bad thriller. Some shows get the title of thriller and don't really deserve it. But yeah. This is a show I've been looking forward to. I saw before that it was announced for this season, and I'm really curious to see how it turns out. It could be pretty bad. I mean, like I said, there are bad thrillers, but I don't know. I think it'll be pretty good. I'm really eager to watch it. Anyways, next show is Rozen Maiden new series, which is I'm not even going to read the synopsis because it just gives a general description of random stuff. And my real question is, because I've never watched Rozen Maiden, the real question is whether this show is a reboot, a sequel, a prequel. It looks like it has characters from the original picture of Rozen Maiden that I've seen and such, so I think it's a reboot, but I don't know. Is it a sequel? Like, that's what I want to know. If people know, or if they watch it and find out, like, I'd like to know if it's a reboot. Because if it is a reboot, I actually do kind of want to watch it, because I've never watched Rozen Maiden. But if it's a sequel or a prequel, or basically requires knowledge from, the first season at all in any way, then I don't really care. But anyways, so if it's a reboot, I'll give it a shot. If it's a prequel or a sequel, then no, not really. Anyways, next show, Love Lab. The story revolves around the girls at the elite Fujisaki Girls Middle School, which has tsundere, initially aloof and... Why are you describing the character traits? Megan... Why? What? First they describe what a tsundere is as if you don't know. I mean, I guess there's a possibility you don't, but then they have Maganeko, and it's like, that's not a personality trait. That just literally means you wear glasses. Like, wearing glasses is not a personality. There's typically a general personality attached to glasses wearers, but wearing glasses in and of itself is not a personality trait. Why would you even list that? That's like a warning sign right there. I don't know. I'm probably going to give this a pass. It'll be one of those shows where I'm not going to really care at first, but if people are talking about it, it turns out that it's actually good, then I'll pick it back up. Well, I'll pick it up. I never picked it up to begin with. But on first glance at this synopsis, I'm not really all that sold. Nah, not really. Anyways. Next is Senki Zesshou Symphogear G, which is a sequel to a show I didn't watch, but I heard very mixed opinions on it. Some people thought it was the dumbest shit ever, and then other people thought it was absolutely hilarious in its stupidity. I have absolutely no idea which one it is, because like I said, I didn't watch it. But again, another one, a sequel. Watch the first one, congratulations, there you go. Next is Kirakubu Katsudo Kiriko, which is a wonderful name for a show because the acronym becomes KKK. Great. Kirakubu, literally Go Home Club, is Japanese slang for kids who go home instead of joining clubs, sports, or other after-school activities. In one high school, there is a real Kirakubu, God, this fucking word, Kirakubu, of girls who do whatever they like. The president is a free spirit named Sakura, while Botan is the competitive heir to a school of ancient martial arts. Claire happens to be the daughter of the head of the powerful Kokonoi conglomerate. I was definitely an English major in college. Natsuki joins the club at an invitation of another freshman, Karen, but she is unprepared for the hijinks there. So is it just basically K-On? It just listed off, I think, 4 chicks. They may have more personality. Like, I'm kind of suspicious because that last word a little there, well, not last word, but the second to last word, hijinks, is there. So I think it might just be a general kind of comedy. But I think it'll be another show where I don't really care at first, and then if people are talking about it, good things and such, then I'll pick it up. Because, I don't know, on first glance, I don't really think so. But anyways, next one, Servant Service. The story centers on the employees of a government ward office in the city of Hokkaido, and follows the daily lives of the health and welfare division members. This is a... I'm not sure. I'm not sure if it's a comedy or not. Shit, I'm not sure. I don't know. I mean, it's kind of curious. I kind of like the art style. So, maybe I'll give it a go. I'll give it 3 episodes to see what it is and see what it's about and such, you know? I'll give it a go. All that jazz. Anyways, next show. What is it with sequels this season? Rokyubu SS. Sequel to the Rokyubu TV series. Go figure. If you watch that and if you're a pedophile, congratulations. There's a sequel to your show. Otherwise... no. just no. Anyways, next one is, oh my lord. Maji de Otaku no English Ribbon-chan Ego to Taku Maho Shoujo the TV. If I use really shoddy assumption of what this translates to, it's something like magical girl fights evil English ribbons, the TV show. Actually, that'd be a lot better. I'd prefer that. Can we get a show about magical girls fighting evil English ribbons? Anyways, 3 magical girls fight against a rival as a pretext to introduce the audience to a common English expression. Oh, so it's basically like English lessons for Japanese or something, I guess? Well, I already know English, so not really what I want. Anyways, next show. Kiniro Mosaic. Well, I mispronounced Mosaic. The story begins with Shinobu Omiya, a 15-year-old seemingly pure Japanese girl who actually did a home stay in Great Britain. Even after coming back to Japan, she still misses her time overseas. One day, an airmail letter arrives from Alice, the girl in Shinobu's host family in Great Britain. The letter reads, "Shinobu, I'm coming to Japan." The Japanese-British girl mixed comedy follows the lives of Shinobu, Alice, and other girls from both Japan and Great Britain. I have a problem with them automatically describing this girl as pure Japanese, but it may not have anything to do with a purity complex. I think they may mean pure Japanese as in her, her father and mother were both Japanese. I think that may be what it actually meant. But it says at the bottom it's a comedy, so, like I said, with comedies, give them 3 episodes, see if they're funny. Otherwise, in the trash they go. Anyways, next show. Gine wo Kakero Taiyo, also called Isol Penetre Illusion. Lugini. Actually, isn't this the show that Aniplex is already licensed? Jeez. Well, I am doing this pretty late. Anyways, it's a story of girls who solve mysterious matters that occur in this world using the mystical tarot cards that hold the power to read destinies. Ah, damn. You know, I've always had a weak spot for tarot cards. I've always liked that kind of stuff. You know, tarot cards, you know, well, not necessarily, you know, reading your future or normal cards, but tarot cards in general, because you can use them for all kinds of fancy things in storytelling. You know, like foreshadowing. You can, you know, use them to give mystical, you know, kind of mystic bullshit, kind of plotline hints kind of things. I don't know. I don't know what it is about tarot cards that I like. I just think I like the mystery around them, that you can do so many things with them as far as story goes. But anyways, this is a show that I'll watch. I mean, I'll give 3 episodes. If it isn't good, I'll drop it, but I think it'll be good. I could be wrong, though. And looking at the character designs, I'm not sure. It's a lot of females. A lot of lolies. I don't know. Anyways, I'll give it a shot. I think it'll be pretty good. Next is kaleid linear Prisma Illya, which is a spin-off of Fate Stay Night. Well, actually, more accurately, I think it's more of a spin-off of Fate Zero, isn't it? Nah, I guess Fate Stay Night is more accurate. Basically, it reimagines the Fate Stay Night character Eliasville von Eisenburn to an alternate universe as a magical girl. I don't really think I need to describe this. If you've seen the Fate series, then this will decide whether you want to watch it or not. If you haven't watched anything in the Fate series before, this is probably not the best intro because it's a spin-off that has absolutely nothing to do with anything. Apparently, because it has people going into magical girls and stuff. I don't know. I'll give it a shot. I'm curious if Fate Stay Night will actually have, you know, if this will have a different tone than Fate Stay Night and Fate Zero, because those are always so deadly serious. I think I'd actually like to see something that's just kind of silly. I don't really give a shit about the characters, though. That's the one problem. Fate Stay Night doesn't have the best of characters. I don't really give a shit about any of them. But if this is kind of a silly little tone with magical girl stuff, I don't know. I'll give it a shot. I could use a good laugh. You know, all that jazz. Anyways, next show. Monogatari series 2nd season. I don't even need to read the synopsis for this. If you've seen the Monogatari series, and if you are one of those people who think this is totally deep when it really isn't, then congratulations, you have more of your pretentious show. Well, actually, it's not even pretentious. The audience is pretentious. They think this show is so much smarter than it is. It really, really isn't. It is really just it's really just, you know, a vaguely disguised harem. It's not even that vaguely disguised. I don't understand why people drool over this goddamn thing so much. Oh my god, the dialogue is so good. No, it's not. Fuck you. Opinions. Anyways. Next episode. Why do I say next episode? Next show. Genshiken Nidaime. Anime adaptation of Shinoku Kyo's Genshiken 2nd season sequel manga. The story continues the adventures of the Otaku College Club, the Society for the Study of Modern Visual Culture. Now, if you've watched the first Genshiken series, then obviously here you go. There's another one. I've never seen it before, so I don't know if it's the best entry point if you haven't seen the first one. I'm gonna say no, because what I've heard from other people is that the cast in this is pretty different. There are some characters that are still the same, but a lot of the characters are new, and in the first season there were a lot of male characters and like 1 or 2 female characters, which was kind of the point. It was an otaku club. There were, you know, a bunch of males. You know, it was very self-aware. But in this one, there's a lot more female characters, apparently, so it could be going in a bad direction. I'm not sure. Again, I've never seen the first one. This is just what I've heard from other people that have. So I wouldn't say if you haven't seen the first series of Genshiken that you should watch this. You should probably watch the first one first and see if you like that. And then give this one a chance if you think it'll be okay. But anyways, next episode. Kamisama no Inai Nichiyoubi. The fantasy is set 15 years after humans stopped being born and dead stopped dying, since the world was abandoned by God. That left gravekeepers with the unique task of giving the would-be dead peace. A girl named Ai is the only gravekeeper in her village. She was born from a gravekeeper mother and a human father 12 years ago. One day, a boy named Hanpuni Hanbado appears and begins firing his pistol indiscriminately and setting the village on fire. Hanpuni confronts Ai with the shocking truth. I've actually seen this show announced also for this season, and I think this is the dark horse of the season, in my opinion. The world setting it has right there, with no one being born and no one dying, the dead stop dying, you know, people stop being born, is very interesting in and of itself. And then to have, you know, gravekeepers with having, you know, the would-be dead peace in this kind of a world, that kind of works. And then you also have, like, actual, like, legit things happening, like people, like, you know, being psychopath murderers. You know, like, psychopath murderers in the normal show is one thing, but then having it in a world like this, it puts a whole new twist on it. I mean, it's the same personality of being, you know, a psychopath murderer, but, you know, when you have a world where no one's being born and the dead stop dying, it takes on a whole different meaning. Like, the philosophy behind it is completely different because of what actually happens in this situation. So, I think they have a lot of potential to mess around with the setting here and the story and such. It could end up being really, really dumb. It could end up being, like, endless fillers for all I know. But, in my opinion, this could potentially be the dark horse of the season. And there's always, you know, it's kind of makes me nervous because I can see it's adapted from a light novel. And light novels are absolutely famous for having a great first novel because that's the entire idea behind the author had. And then when they need to write more because it's sold well, they have no idea of what to write. So then it becomes completely ham-fisted and stupid and they just force stuff all the time. Like, do I need to mention Oraimo again? The first novel was fine, or I'm assuming the first 3 episodes of the first season were the first novel, and then everything just went to shit. But yeah, I mean, there's also good light novels. I mean, come on, Shakugan no Shana, man. I mean, you never know with light novels. It's just most often nowadays the first novels are crap, and then everything else is just whatever. You know, it's just whatever the author can think up and throws on that has to do with the setting. But I'm still going to give this my dark horse label. I think it has great potential. I just don't know if it's going to use it.